Hello, my lovely people. My name is Marina. Welcome to my Holiday Addict channel. And today I'm in Belarus. I'm in Minsk, which is the capital of Belarus. If you're curious about the capital of so-called last dictatorship in Europe, welcome to One Day in Minsk. Minsk is the capital of Belarus and the largest city. It has a population of over 2 million people, and it's situated on banks of Svisloch and Nemiro rivers, which flow through the city and create a beautiful landscape. There is a popular perception of Minsk as a grey post-Soviet megapolis, but Minsk has a rich history dating back to 11th century, and it's known for its stunning architecture, museum, parks and cultural events. Historians point to the city founded in 1067. Minsk grew in prosperity as a part of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania in the 13th century, before becoming a capital of the Poland-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Then came Russian rule, occupation by Swedes, followed by the return of Russian rule. Minsk and my quick stopover. I'm only here for a day. I'm arrived at 7 o'clock. Look at this. Sun coming up. It's quite nice sky. 6:37, and I'm going to Vilnius at 8 in the evening, so I decide to spend all day to look around the city, see what it has to offer. And I'm very surprised, considering it's the capital. Everything is closed. It's 9 o'clock and I cannot have my breakfast, and I'm quite hungry. And I'm not even interested to look at anything else. I'm only can think about food. So first, I try to find a cafe and have some breakfast. In World War II, not even 1/10 of Minsk buildings escaped bombing. The city became host of one of the largest ghetto, around 100,000 Jews, most of whom would be murdered in camps. Starvation and diseases were also outside of the ghettos. Minsk's pre-war population was 300,000, and after was only 50,000 by 1944. One of the must-see attractions in Minsk is the Old Town, which is located in the heart of the city, known as the Troitskoye Predmestye, or Trinity Suburb. The Old Town is not really that old. The original 17th-18th century house was recreated in the 1980s. Here, visitors can admire the beautiful architecture of the historical buildings, some of the wooden houses, and stroll through the cobblestone streets. The Old Town is also home to many museums, galleries, and cafes, making it a popular destination for tourists and local alike. Some interesting statues here, quite like this one with a girl and a dress. I don't know what they mean. I don't have an access to internet here, so I will have to look and check it later. These two buildings called Gates of Minsk. By the way, the clock there been brought from Germany after Second World War. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, please press that like button. Most of the signs now on Belarusian, even they speak Russian. They try to bring their own language, which virtually died while it was Soviet Union, but they now try to bring it back and encourage people to learn and speak. I don't know if they do, but underground and everywhere. By the way, this is a hotel. But underground and everywhere the names are on Belarusian.
А синхронных жестами
So obviously very, very busy today. Today is a big, big day. It's a celebration. When you see all these people, they're all filling up bottles with holy water to take home, to bless the relatives, to bless the house. This is also the time when people swim in a very, very cold water. When I was in Moscow, whole TV station was about warning how dangerous it could be, that you should be very long time there. It's called Krещение. You can see all these cafes here closed, but you just imagine how nice it would be in the summer to sit here and have a drink. Walking around Minsk, a lot of people saying, oh, going to Minsk is like going back to USSR. Partially it's true, because look, it's still old factories, and just there, they still call it Palace of Sport. Basically, it's... but at the same time, they already have a lot of new buildings. You see Doubletree Hilton and shopping center, brand new apartment blocks. But yes, it's a lot from Soviet Union still left over here. They still have collective farms here, and a lot of factories are still government and not private. I'm on my way to the island of Tees. It's not really far, about a couple of minutes walk. So if you go across over this bridge, you go to Island of Tees, and you see here a memorial of all Belarusians died in Afghanistan. Mothers brought soil from the sons' graves to put here. Very cute little area right in the center of Minsk. This is a memorial. There is an underground station and crossing across. And 30th of May 1999, 53 people died here. It was big tragedy. There was some weird heavy rain with I don't know what's happened. I know that everybody rushed and ran underground, and they sort of fell and just stomp on each other. Yeah, 53 people, all of them were young people, died. What surprised me about Minsk, you know, it's a capital, it's a city, but look, it's Thursday and there's no cars. No cars anywhere. I mean, not for the city. This pretty park leads to Minsk's own Большой theater. Did you notice? No people. It's quite a nice river area to go for a walk, but look, no people. Where are all the people? This is quite a large square with nice buildings. In Soviet time, Belarus was quite a wealthy republic, not only because of agriculture. They had one of the biggest factory producing tractors and old agricultural machinery. They're actually making the biggest tractors in the world, size-wise, and back then they supply whole Soviet Union and all Soviet countries, you know, like Czech Republic and all those ones. If you remember before, I was saying that Minsk, it's like coming back to Soviet Union. And this area, I'm telling you, it's just like I stepped out of the time machine. And I've gone back to 1985. Buildings, and look, very Soviet Union mosaic on the building. This is Station Vostok East, and this is by the library. And I'm going inside because there is an observation deck in there. So I'm going to have a look what it's like. It's a slightly wrong time of the year for observation deck, because there is no more snow, which doesn't look like a winter wonderland. And of course, Minsk is a very green city, but there is no greenery, it's too early for that. So it looks a little bit grey and a little bit depressing. But there is a small gallery there when you can admire a couple of pictures. Independence Square, also known as a Victory Square, is a major public square in Minsk. The square was originally called Lenin Square and was named after the Soviet revolutionary leader Vladimir Lenin. Anyone who knows a little bit of Russian history, Vladimir Lenin is the reason why we had the revolution, and he is the reason why we had the Soviet Union and the communism. It was later renamed Independence Square after collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. The square is surrounded by important government buildings such as a government house, city hall, Belarusian State University. It is also home to several monuments, including the Victory Monument, which commemorate the Soviet victory of the Nazis Germany in the World War II. It's also a monument of the heroic defenders of Minsk, which honor the city's resistance against the Nazi occupation during the war. Also, the square is a very popular gathering place for public events and celebration, such as an annual Victory Day parade on 9th of May. Lenin here, right in the front of the government building. I mean, seriously, this is back to USSR. This street called Sovetskaya, Soviet, and look at this cafe. Could it be any more looking like 1975 in Soviet time? All building, look. Should you explore a place whose politics are very questionable? That's for each individual traveler to figure out, but I don't think that politics should affect where we want to go and what we want to see. I'm a strong believer that ordinary people should not pay for the choices of the leaders. Me, born and raised in Soviet Union, can with confidence say that it's not always their choice. I hope you enjoyed this video, and despite what's going on, I inspire you to visit this wonderful city in the future.